Welcome everyone to the next episode of Impactables with Rishabh. Today I have one of my dear friend, supporter of the startup ecosystem, Vijetha with me. Welcome,
Hi
Vijetha.
Rishabh, thank you so much. It's an honor for me to be here. Really
Great.
appreciate it.
So it's been 30 plus years of journey for you.
Yes, sir.
Seeing lot of things, right? From working in different industry,
Correct,
different
correct,
domains,
correct.
now being the ecosystem enabler. What is one thing which kept you driving for so long? And what is one thing till today you see very exciting?
It's always a pleasure and privilege, I'd say, Rishabh, that I get to meet good people. You know, someone like you who's young, dynamic, you've come all the way, set up an incredible business in the last few years. You've done your mistakes, but you've grown. And you're supporting so many people. Even the folks that we were talking to who are behind the camera also, right? They're from Belgaum, they're building. So I think what I care about is meeting people who are genuine, who have good values and ethics, and that keeps me going because I'm learning all the time. Very honestly, where did I start from, Rishabh? I started with hotels and retail. There was no LinkedIn, no social media, no smartphones, and now, of course, one of the things we're going to be talking about is tech. So, getting to meet interesting people, getting to travel, getting to learn, I think that's what keeps me going.
Interesting. So over the years, actually, you have seen transition from your particular individual as
Yes.
from hotel to retail to different sectors. So when did you decided that you are going to come to this entirely startup ecosystem, all these things?
See, it happened a little bit by default. I should not claim too much that it was a planned journey. See, hotels and retail was very different, but I used to be involved in operations, expansion, recruitment, and of course, customer service. So you build that patience, you build that attitude of taking care of people and being good to people. And then now we are in Bangalore, right? NASSCOM is there. So I was doing a lot of volunteering work with NASSCOM. I started my journey maybe 11, 12 years as a volunteer with Headstart. I used to go for the events at BHIVE. This is like 11, 12 years back. So because of that, when I got some offer from say NASSCOM, the Center of Excellence, and they wanted me to build the open innovation, co-creation network, I thought it was a great opportunity. Not because I'm from a tech background or from an investing background, but build ecosystem and community. Maybe those words that we use now at the drop of a hat were not really there. But Rishabh, it was a good experience. Great people, young minds, hard work. A lot of people who are really passionate, really committed. They want to solve problems. They're looking to build technology and they're looking at India, India and what's possible over here. So that was inspiring for me. And I said, man, if these guys can do that, why can't I be involved with them? Why can't I, support them in whatever way? So because of NASSCOM, then because I used to do a lot of supporting work with the Thai Bangalore team, they reached out to me. I became the executive director. Then I worked with investment bank, Dexter Capital with Devendra, another phenomenal guy. I worked with the banking industry as well. But I kept in touch with the ecosystem. I kept in touch with all the VCs that I met, all the founders I met, and their journey, the learning from the technology and how things were built. Again, not planned, Rishabh. I just want to, I don't want to be dishonest about it. Nothing is planned, but I got a lot of support. I got a lot of people who guided me, were good mentors to me, youngsters also. So I think for me, I'm grateful once again for that. And it's been a phenomenal journey. I would like to continue doing this as much as I can in a much smarter way, hopefully. So, yes, Rishabh, that's what it's all about.
What was the year when you joined your first community? When we say community, it was all WhatsApp groups.
Correct.
Primarily.
Correct. Yes,
now
yes,
it has taken different shapes.
Sure.
So what was that year when you joined the community and what was that group and what you started anticipating that this group will me give this,
Sure.
I will expect this from this group, I will help people like this.
Understood.
Because people now see communities, events across everywhere in 2025, 2026,
correct.
it is going to be much bigger. But when you joined this, what was that period?
Sure. So this would be 12, 13 years back, even earlier also. Again, it was like, for example, there was NSRCEL, IIMB, right? So a very good friend of mine, Akarsh Naidu, who was taking care of and doing a lot of things at NSRCEL, he said, why don't you come spend some time with the entrepreneurs over there? Because, talk to them about how the social media is moving, how these communities are being built and where are the opportunities. I became a member of Thai Bangalore. Okay, I volunteered actually. I volunteered with Thai because there was something called IIT Forum, like hardware, IoT. So this was 12, 13 years back. So I used to volunteer with them to, run the sessions, bring people in, bring investors. Then there was something called House of Genius, which used to happen at NSRCEL.
And this year was?
This was about 12, 13 years back, correct? Then BHIVE, when they first had their single villas in Indiranagar, Koromangala, they used to in their basement with Ravindra and Shesh, the first few events that they used to do. 30 people, 40 people. And they used to use, WhatsApp also was not so very popular that time, but they used to use meetup.com, LinkedIn,
Okay.
and email campaigns, whatever it is. So that's when I started helping out, bring people in, talk to the founders. And then I said, okay, we can bring people together. Let's do community activities. Headstart. I definitely want to talk about that. They were the early pioneers. They started in 2012, and that's when I started going there, helping them out. I became a signed up as a volunteer. I was learning. And even corporates used to support a lot. Okay, IBM used to actually host us.
Okay, this
Then the SAP Startup Studio, they started hosting us in Whitefield, correct? And then NSRCEL, IIMB was always there. So all these ecosystems came together, Rishabh, and I used to help out everyone. There was no bias. There was no saying that, man, why should I do this? Why should I do that? Give, and then things will come back from different sources. And it was enjoyable because I think some of the rock star folks over there, they're really genuine. They really contributed. I learned from them. And Rishabh, what you're doing also is incredible stuff. You're creating content. You're training people. You're giving opportunity to founders. So in your own way, what you're doing is so good for the ecosystem and community. And supporting wonderful folks like you is something that I again see as an honor.
So there's one common saying. Today, from 2023, I have been knowing you very closely. Yes. 24 and 25, we have started interacting a lot.
Yes.
With everyone I meet, there's one saying everyone says that Vijetha is a very sweet guy. So what is the, see, it's not about so many working for so many years, but there's one thing which keeps you very polite and very, I said very patient actually. I lose my patience at times. So how to keep this patience with people actually when they are irritating me a lot? Because in communities, this is
I understand what you're saying,
common.
Rishabh. I do understand.
There will be some people who keeps on irritating us. There's some people whom we might not able to invite, etc. All these things, how do you able to balance?
Not easy. And I appreciate the fact that you're being very honest that this kind of situations happen. See, my background has been with hotels and retail. So it's a very tough environment. Okay. And remember when we used to work, the busiest times is when the world is at holiday and we are working. So, and there's a lot of pressure to deliver and to make people happy and to, do that. So maybe, again, maybe that background helps me to stay patient. I understand what you're saying. There are times when, you also want to just say, get out of that conversations and you're busy and people are trying to, whatever it is. But what does one do, right? You don't want to hurt anyone. You want to keep your politeness and you don't want them to feel that we're, abusing them or something. I try my best, Rishabh. I don't know.
You have tried and achieved that too best, but I am not able to do that.
So see, that's the thing, right? You have to build that muscle in you, in a habit in you. But at the same time, when you know that you have to disengage and you know that you have to stop this conversation or you have to move on because you're doing other things, do it in as polite and as sweet a manner as possible. Give them that, little bit of time, but you got to step out. Otherwise, your time is gone. Your engagement time is gone. You have come there to say an event or a summit or a round table or you're organizing that event. You have many things to do because it's important for you and you're an entrepreneur. You're not here to, no one's paying you to be nice. Correct. But at the same time, if you build that thing, okay, I'm going to get irritated, so I've got to be careful. I am getting irritated, so let me be careful. I better stop this before I really lose it. So once that self-awareness is there, then it will be easier for you to, find the tricks and of the trade to move out.
So think about that. That is coming over the time actually. That is
you will get it. You will get there. You will get there. But you're a founder. You're an entrepreneur. You're someone who's building your own stuff. You got to protect your time and your energy, your money. So please, you don't owe anything on that front. But at the same time, maybe do it in such a because they've not been doing. See, a lot of these guys they've not been doing it because on purpose, but they've not been realizing it that they're eating up your time. Yes. So, but there's a way to tackle it, and you should do it. You should do it, please.
And over the time, you have joined multiple WhatsApp groups as a community.
Oh my God.
Okay. So this is there. So now they're maximum, I would say around 80-90% groups are being spammed only with promotional messages.
Which is very sad.
But how do you now keep yourself that this group I need to join, this I not? Because now you have an understanding.
Correct.
Understanding of the group. So what type of things which you look out that this group is valuable for me, I can provide value, I can get value. Sure. Not just WhatsApp forwards is there.
Understood.
How to filter that?
So keeping our stakeholders in mind, Rishabh, let's go into that. So founders are there who are building tech.
Correct.
Founders are doing a demo day. Founders are doing a product hunt. So I'm just giving that example. Or they want to say that, okay, we want to know what are the good quality startup ecosystem, community events that are happening in Bangalore, Bombay, because I'm part of multiple city, multiple country kind of communities, right? So I look forward for that. Okay. There are a lot of very good people who are from, say, from the VC world, or they are there from the, the IIMs of the world or the IITs of the world, investment banks. They are sharing information. Maybe they'll be giving synopsis. They'll be giving investment theses. They'll be also giving you that these are the latest funding news, or these are the government schemes on grants, etc. So I look for that kind of content.
Okay.
I look for it on WhatsApp, or I'll also definitely look it on my email, and then I look it at LinkedIn. These are the three, or even Twitter actually. Twitter X, it's called X now. So these are my three, and 3-4 go-to places. And then if I see it's quality content, I share it. Number one. Number two, I encourage people, Rishabh. And we also do so much of activities, so many events together, that how can we still contribute to the ecosystem community? Remember, it's a 80-20 principle. You have to contribute, but you have to live. Remember that airline story?
Correct.
When the mask or whatever, the air thing drops in, first take care of yourself. Then even if your best friend, your child, your mother, whatever is there, first look after yourself, because then you have the strength, you're sustainable, and you can give value. Yes, there is a lot of spamming. I may see it as spamming, you may not see it as spamming. Correct? So it is a problem, and people have to build that discipline, and I'll tell you why it's important, right? If you start seeing someone who's doing that, then you'll identify that person as a bad actor. Saying like, hey man, matlabi banda hai, or bandi hai, jo bhi hai, only talks about themselves, they will not contribute, they're like, disturbing is, you will never help them.
Correct.
You'll never reach out to them, you'll never respond to them. And maybe once in a while they'll share some content of value where you can be of good support to them, but because it's from that person, you'll not look at it. So it is a problem for the ecosystem. Too much of spamming is happening, too much of self-advertisement is happening, but there's still good work happening. And identifying that is something that I would love to do. I'm part of so many committees for so many years, because I contribute. They give me permission also to share stuff, and I do research work. And if I see something that is good, I will share it. But of course, your question was here is, why do people do that? Hopefully they'll change, and they'll understand it's not for them. It will not work for them. You think that because I'm setting all this in 20 WhatsApp groups and firing it out on LinkedIn will help you. It does not help. In fact, it will get you sidelined. Exactly. I know, you're ruthless.
So what happened? So with me, I started joining WhatsApp groups in 2018. So when I was in 4th year of my college. So I started joining that. 2017 I made LinkedIn. So I started joining all groups. By 2020.
You should also tell us the statistics after you finish this. Okay.
So 2020, till 2020, I had lots of groups joined. But I was seeing everyone spam. So I started leaving some groups. Then 22, I came to Bangalore. Still, I started joining all other groups. Okay. 2023, I again left so many groups. Then I thought that let's make one community where I will just filter and add people. Then I made community, and that 30 groups are there. Like VCs, founders.
Very systematically, yes.
Under founders, 5 categories: bootstrapped, early, funded, unfunded, everything.
Brilliant.
So made different groups. Now started adding people. 3 rules I encouraged over there, written everywhere. Number 1, you cannot forward, you cannot promote yourself, and you cannot good morning, good night.
That's the worst one. That's the worst one.
So these 3 things you don't do. If you do, you'll kicked out. Initial 4-6 months, people used to send, they used to remove. Now that particular kind of vibe is there.
Because they know it, they want to stay there.
Exactly.
So they'll follow the community rules.
So now that people don't even send anything. They just if anyone is here for my tech startup, I need this help. If anyone knows D2C founder, I need this help. So this kind of messages come.
And it's self-serving. All of them are helping each other.
Only same category kind of people with there. In early, only early is there. In VC, no early stage founder. So no mixed of people.
Yes. But then it becomes a dangerous situation.
Exactly. Then other people, also the top people, the VCs don't feel comfortable being around with every kind of person over there. So they say then I am getting spammed personally. So that is the main reason I started doing this. Been 2.5 years we did this. Now seeing this, so many communities made, but the only problem is people is not able to structure it properly. Again, that spamming is there. The major problem with spamming is people forward their promotional message thinking that they will get leads. So as of today, in how many WhatsApp groups you are there?
Quite a few, my friend. I'm feeling, I think 150, 200 groups or more maybe. But sometimes when I'm searching something and I look at how many common groups we have, there are people I'm in 80, 90 groups and all that stuff. But it's not a good thing also. I agree with you. Discipline and going away from inactive groups and all that is very critical. But because I communicate so much about anything that's happening, something that NASSCOM is doing or something that NSRCEL is doing or some of these large events, I communicate. And I'm requested also by a lot of people, like say someone says, okay boss, there's a delegation coming, or there's a big community. I mean, I was telling you, people are coming from Raipur, from Jabalpur, from Belgaum, help these guys out. Then I have to have access to some of these groups, which may be inactive, but then at least I can post about these things which is helping the ecosystem and community. I don't mind doing it. It's discipline, it's hard work, it's irritating, all of that is fine. I have to internalize it. I have to learn from experts like you how to manage the situation. But buddy, I want to know some of the statistics that you have built, because it's very interesting how in just a few years you have done some phenomenal work, and you have got some millions of followers. And how have you done that? Or if you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. Give us some statistics.
So see, in WhatsApp group, actually, as of today, we have 11,000 plus approved members. Wow. So I manage the community on NAS. So NAS is there. So people apply over there. I approve, then they get an automated message on WhatsApp to join the community. After that, they get an option to, according to my category, if I am an early stage founder, I will join early stage founder. Now, there's few people who will apply to all 30 groups, but I need to approve them. I see if the intention of person is to join all other group, I don't approve the person itself. I remove the person.
So that's a WhatsApp community.
WhatsApp.
What happens on Instagram? What happens on LinkedIn? How do you manage that?
So LinkedIn actually, so I have a habit of replying to everyone. So now even if I'm not interested in your particular thing, what you have said,
you'll at least acknowledge it or
I say not
back.
interested. Yeah, as simple. After that person keeps on texting me, pinging me, I just ignore it. You cannot do anything. So over the years, I have understood you need to share things which is happening with me, not with others. Most of the things happening with me, things I am doing, things happening around me, that is more important. I don't have to do anything with why Indigo Airlines got failed. Means that content is
focus should be there, and it's your area of influence, your area of interest.
If something has happened, if I was a part of that Indigo Airlines, I also got stuck actually.
Yeah, of course, yeah. A lot of us went through situations.
So I can share about that situation. If I'm not even a part, I will not share about those content, because that is everywhere. It's already there, internet. So that is how I already understood that I need to only put things which is happening with me, around me, and along with me.
And see, I'm very clearly, right, you're a founder. You're building Pixel. You're working with clients. You're working on so many new projects. You have to protect your time, your energy, your rest, your sleep, your people also, right? Because you have to give them direction. And if you get engaged with other nonsense which is not helping you, it's dangerous for you.
Already I have been engaged into a lot of nonsense. I have wasted my time. I understood that this is where I need to put my time.
So you got to be sharp. You got to be sharp, Rishabh.
So initial 1 year when I came to Bangalore, which was in May 2022 after Corona actually. So that was the time I started meeting people. So 1.5 years I witnessed this. I wasted my time. But after that, at least that wasting that time helped me today in 2025. I know that this event I need to go. I need to talk to this person. I need to be in this group.
Understood. So filtration, curation, and understanding very clearly that this is what happens. Correct?
Exactly.
I mean, we have done a lot of. I mean, you have created a lot of beautiful events. Small roundtables, very industry specific at BHIVE as well. So thank you for that.
That is also
we have been working together. So
exactly. Awesome. So now we will talk about communities in Bangalore. Okay, so there are like multiple communities in Bangalore. So first we'll start with Draper Startup House. So
phenomenal people.
So I will share my experience. You share that how that community. So I met those guys actually in 2023. I used to host lot of event over there while I used to stay in Whitefield. I should travel to Koramangala altogether, 1.5 hours to that Koramangala. I used to host events. I hosted around 30-40 good events over there over the time. Nice people, all including Niveen, Karan, Mansi, everyone.
Karan, of course.
All these people used to support a lot and always had a fun hosting that event. So how did you got into that community? Over the time, what was your experience being into that community and seeing that community grow?
Definitely. So Karan Bahadur, who's part of the Draper Startup House thing, before it became Draper Startup House, he was part of Construct, which was also a hostel. Then he got, they had some alignments and everything. And before that, he was with TIE. So I have this friendship, I would say, with Karan Bahadur for more than 12 years now, 12-15 years, correct? That's number one. Number two, they do it genuinely for the community. They don't charge a single rupee.
Correct.
They give their space.
Exactly.
They do outreach. They don't say no to most people. To most people. We discussed about that. They're also very careful that they don't want to get anyone who commits or says lots of things and
they don't end up doing.
And then don't end up doing. So they're extremely cautious about that. They really, really, really do great work. And the place is beautiful. We should not forget they have that beautiful dog called Paris, who's their brand ambassador. Such a sweetheart she is. And so that's why I like these guys, right? They have Tanya, they have Niveen, and because they're genuine. They'll never say no. They do a very good communication. They built a lot of communities. So hats off to them and a shout out to them. Karan, to Tanya, who's also there, to Mansi and to Niveen. Great people. Know them for many years and I wish them all the success and love. And I've been speaking and being part of many of their activities. Every few months they say come and they take my support. Like if I know that some people are coming down, I'll always tell them, boss, talk to the Draper guys. They're genuine. They'll do some good work and you have a message to send which is of value. It could be investors, it could be step up accelerators, or it could be some delegations have come down. For example, recently Rishabh, they hosted the Italian folks who had come down.
Okay.
There were 3 startups. They had come during the Bangalore Tech Summit, but they called the Italian Trade Association, they called a lot of us, they called a few investors, and they also called Indian startups who could interact, right? So I think that confluence, that diffusion of knowledge and innovation, Draper Startup House, A-grade, phenomenal folks.
So there's another second community. I've not been very close member of it. TIE. So how that TIE came into existence?
See, TIE is a membership-driven and partner sponsorship-driven organization. I started because it's about the people also, right? Draper, you said that, but it's about the people, correct?
Correct.
So even at TIE, because I started working with their core team. A few people only were there. They took my help because I was pretty okay with this reaching out and getting people in and moderating panels, etc., etc. So they said that, can you volunteer with us, help us to get more people, help us to do few activities. And then they had this flagship events like IIT Forum, which now is called a Matrix Forum, right? So I started volunteering and helping out. Then I became a member. Then I became a, working with them. And then suddenly, because of this opportunity, I became the executive director. And I was actually leading the team, and it was during the challenging times of COVID and the pandemic also. So they're great people. But again, I repeat, it's the charter members and members who drive the organization, right? And of course, there are people like Lakshmi and all who have been there for a very, very long time. What does TIE do? It's about fostering entrepreneurship, helping entrepreneurs to get connected to the various ecosystem and stakeholders. They do it well. And it's not just about TIE Bangalore. Now there are some 25 odd chapters in India itself. The TIE Global Summit is happening in Jaipur. Last year, December, you remember, it was all happening here in Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Correct? So you get a confluence of people coming from Delhi, from Rajasthan, from of course, from Karnataka. Karnataka has Mysuru. It has Mangalore. They're having the TIECon in January, mid-January. Great place to be at. So TIE is about entrepreneurs, and it's entrepreneurs supporting entrepreneurs. Of course, there are other people also. There'll be a lot of investors, for example, Naganan from Idea Spring Capital, Raji from Arali Ventures. All these guys have been there for many, many years. Ravindra Krishnappa, who's from July Ventures. So I'm just talking about the Bangalore folks who have been supporting, paying the membership fees, turning up, mentoring. So TIE is a phenomenal organization, and it's global.
Okay.
Yes, so definitely TIE, I would say.
It's not only Indian based.
It's not just India. Silicon Valley is massive. Dubai is there, Singapore is there, TIE London is there. So good people, very good people.
And there's another community which is also global. I think Headstart is also global, right?
Yes, Headstart is global. Again, volunteer driven. I've been a volunteer with them for the longest of time. People are there, like Gautam is there, who's now with Bloom. In fact, it's a very interesting, Rishabh. A lot of these guys who started as volunteers, young folks, are there working in all these, Atal Innovation Missions, or they're working for the large funds like Accel is there. Akhilesh is there, Gautam is with Bloom, Arzu Jain, who's to work with Headstart, by the way, she's now working with NSRCEL. So many of these guys have understood the concept of community, they build their networks and skill sets, and because of that, they're actually contributing back and working for so many organizations now. So I have learned a lot again, phenomenal people, very hardworking, very, very, very hardworking. As a volunteer, we put in our money to travel and do things, right? Because it's not a paid thing. It's all to build the ecosystem. So yes, you're absolutely right. Headstart, great organization.
So the next community we'll talk about is obviously where you also work. I also host event. It's like BHIVE.
Of course.
I've been hosting events from like past 12, 14 months now over there.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Around I think 25, 30 events.
Correct.
And attended almost all the events.
Absolutely.
So how did you came to know about this, and how this ecosystem of the community of BHIVE got evolved over the years?
So of course I used to study meetup.com or LinkedIn, and then I see that BHIVE is one of the pioneers in this. It was before the co-working space really took off. So they used to have these small villas, HSR and Indiranagar and Koramanglas, and 40 people, 50 people. They used to host events almost every day. So everyone said, look, this is a nice place to go to. Good people are there. So met Shesh, met Ravindra. Of course, now the BHIVE is very big. And again over there, it was about bringing the right people. And people understood that the intent, and this is important, right, Rishabh? The intent is good. It is giving value. It is giving support. My first interactions with a lot of the really big guys now, whether it was a Misho founder, it was all during that time when they were much smaller.
Got it.
When
Now
they
they
were,
went for
yeah, of
IPO.
course, yeah. Now they're IPO guys, whatever. But they used to give time. So the Zerodha guys used to come. They used to talk about, for the first, look, I'm talking about 10, 12 years back, right? When they were also wanting to expose themselves to more and more people. And then the investors, I remember my first interactions with Fireside Ventures or with the Bloom team or with Shirate teams, etc., Parag Dole. All these guys used to happen because of BHIVE, the first lot. And then the community started building. They got newer centers, but they never stopped doing these activities. And they used to keep it free. They used to, so that people, there's no barrier. It was only capacity was a barrier. Correct? Then 30, 40 became 150 people, 500 people, 1000 people. I mean, you know how it is. And doing it in 10 centers. Sometimes we do 3-4 events at different centers. So I am grateful. Again, I have gained a lot. I have learned a lot. And even now with Shesh and with Ravi and the team, the friendship is there. And they trust me to do a lot of these startup activities, community building, anything that supports. And obviously, when we call people, and we have done so much together, thanks to you, we did work with, I remember, with Oracle Cloud, and
yes.
you, and even with this VC communities,
Break into VC.
Break into VC. They came all the way down, right? Himanshu and all these guys came down from Delhi. And I think
that was an amazing event.
Yeah, that was an amazing one. And we should do more because it helps. See, everyone has their reasons to do it. Commercial reasons, business reasons, networking reasons, no problem. As long as it's giving value to a next generation of entrepreneurs or enablers or founders, let's do it. Because everyone, by doing this, we are giving so much of, and we need to do this, Rishabh. There's so much of opportunity. At the same time, there's so much of challenges. The more we do, the better it is for everyone.
Correct. Now, the next one, very interesting, where we have taken the office, where we are sitting is Urban Vault. So, again, after Draper, Urban Vault was the place, my go-to place in Bangalore to host events. Over here also, I did around 10-15 meetups. As of now also I do, because obviously now I have an office. Sometimes I do. And so, how did you got introduced to Urban Vault? And I got introduced via events.
Of course. And it was through events only. Definitely through events, because there are some of my good friends, we're going to be talking about ECHI as well, right? So they do events over here.
Okay.
And now Urban Vault is spread. Recently, I actually met the founder of Urban Vault also, because we Founders Circle and KPMG and all these guys have come together. They had brought some startups, about 8-10 startups, and then they had got some GCC leaders and investors to come and just have a proper interaction. So again, what is the value for Urban Vault? Nothing really, right? But it is about community. Give back. Bring the right people and the stakeholders together. So who are the stakeholders? Lawyers, chartered accountants, bankers also are stakeholders. Everyone say, oh, but why? But then they're supporting. They are giving value. They will be there for the founders, right? So Urban Vault, great places. Thank you. I mean, they're wonderful people. You're sitting here. They have grown very well. And you know what? There's so much space for everyone, whether it's WeWork or BHIVE or whatever. There's so many, right? Office is there. They're all growing, they're all doing well, they're all businesses. There's massive demand in the country and in Bangalore especially. So why not?
Exactly. So you mentioned about ECHI.
Yes.
So how that committee, because I have been a part of few events attending via Urban Vault and Draper Startup House. ECHI event on Saturday.
Yes.
ECHI event happens on Saturday on Draper Startup House. I have been a part and I've known the guys actually. How did that community got evolved over the years?
Shout out to Jatin, who's the founder. He spends his time in Ahmedabad, but he travels. And I got to know about him because of Draper and other things, and he became a friend. And whenever he reaches out and says like, boss, ye karna hai, wo karna hai, we do it. And whenever I have asked for some support, saying like, boss, I heard you're doing some things, can I recommend some speakers or can I recommend some of these VCs? They're coming down, can we do something? So it's all, everyone comes together, right? There is no competition here. It is about supporting and enabling, and ECHI now is doing this kind of events on that Saturday in several cities simultaneously.
On Saturday?
Yes, on Saturdays. Volunteers are there, people are there, and I think what they do is so useful. Again, they don't charge. Okay, they just want to bring people together. People don't say no because they know it's a value-added activity. So definitely Jatin, great guy.
Interesting. Now we'll talk about some of the government and the college-led bodies,
Correct.
which I have also seen and which I'm a part. One, you have been a part initial days, as you mentioned, NASSCOM.
Correct.
So via NASSCOM, how early stage startups, the innovative startups, and the late stage startup, how they can be a part, they can get benefited, because NASSCOM Incubation Center also they have, right?
Correct.
So how startups can get benefited?
So NASSCOM runs programs also. It's a membership driven organization started many years back. Again, remember, TIE and NASSCOM was built so that Indian entrepreneurs, when they're traveling, they're going to the US or they're trying to expand, etc., they need support. So that's been the aegis of this, right? Why was it created? So NASSCOM, where I was part of NASSCOM Center of Excellence, so IoT, hardware, AI, AI for good, healthcare. I was part of the initial team with Life Sciences Healthcare Innovation Forum. We started with 10 people at the old airport road office, and now it's a massive annual event. Hospitals are part of this, doctors are part of this, tech companies are part of this. Because why? Because it's interaction, it's about innovation, it's about getting the tech diffused into the different levels. And Rishabh, what you're saying, right? Early stage, late stage, technologies are evolving. So maybe AI has been about 5-7 years, but they're still doing a lot of work around mobility. They're doing work around healthcare. AI is persuasive now the last few years, but in fact tomorrow 16 there's something around mobility. They have a deep tech club. They also take a lot of delegations from here in India to the US, and they also host a lot of delegations who are coming from, say, from different parts of the world, different parts of the country, because this is where innovation happens. This is where people are really building. So NASSCOM, great people, very hardworking, very focused. They work with governments, they work with embassies, they work with the open innovation and co-creation, the large enterprises who have POCs, who have pilots, which they want to give to the ecosystem, and startups who can work with them. So when you get these use cases, when you get mentoring, when you get this support, a body like NASSCOM, technology of course, they're very, very focused. It's about technology. It's not about D2C, whatever. But what they're doing is great work, great people. It's all about that. And yes, there is also, let me also clear, many of these events you have to pay a little bit of money.
Okay.
It's an investment.
Obviously.
So that they can run and they can survive and they can do even better.
Exactly. And there's another one particular incubation center which is talked about a lot in Bangalore, which is IIM Bangalore NSRCEL.
Correct.
Which is very popular across country. It's not only on Bangalore. So when was that established, if you know, or like if you
it is NSRCEL is again, it's an incubation center which is supported by Mr. NS Raghav, whatever, because he's endowing it, right? Okay. And so it's an IIMB, but it is housed. The NSRCEL is housed in the IIMB campus, right? And again, the focus there is give mentoring support. They also have partners. They have programs which are running from Goldman Sachs, from Kotak, and all these guys. Again, give value back to the founders. So Rishabh, you're a founder yourself, correct? It's not just about I have an idea and I want to grow. Correct. You need tech support. You need to understand legal. You need to understand finance. You need to understand term sheets and shareholder agreements and MOUs and hiring process. So people like NSRCEL or TIE or NASSCOM also support in this. They create ecosystem support. They create investor connect. So that's why we must respect them. And IIMB, IIMA are phenomenal institutes. A lot of these guys are giving back their time. They're giving back their their expertise as mentors. So even NSRCEL has got a phenomenal mentor pool, right? And they have a huge team now working on different programs, different tracks. And many of them are my very dear friends, and I really respect the hard work that they put in. So again, why we're talking about this, so that founders, entrepreneurs understand about these various communities and they know which one they should track and which one they should go to events or take up the mentoring support, become members or whatever.
Exactly.
No bias here.
Exactly. And also one more thing which I see very particularly, they're like various college students, in Bangalore who go to events, but they have zero clue what to do, how to talk. So they say, I'm here for networking, but they don't know what to network. Now, either they land up to events which is not very familiar with them or it is not necessary for them.
Correct.
So for them actually, a college student starting an early stage idea-based company from Bangalore or any city, coming to Bangalore and exploring events. Whatever events they should go first, number one, and whatever communities they should join. Because all these are not fit for everyone.
Sure, I agree with you. So see, there are a few things that I would suggest to them, because they should carve their own path and they must do some research work. See, for example, at BHIVE or a co-working space or one of these other places, we can help them to get internships through some of the people. But there are millions of students trying for this, Rishabh. So they should build their own technology skills, their marketing skills, their writing skills, etc., etc. And there's no substitute for hard work. Number one. Number two is, before you just blindly apply or go for an event, whatever, do some research work. Who are the organizers? First, get to know the organizers well, because they know everyone. Be nice to them, be kind to them. Through them, if you really politely ask them that, is it possible, if you don't mind, can you guide me here? They will do that. Then there are speakers, there are ecosystem players, you put a LinkedIn post, you go and see who are the people there, who's liking this post, who'll say that I'll be there. And maybe if they're of value, and you can give some value to them, because be careful. If you just bombard saying, I'm a student and I want you to spend half an hour with me and explain to me what AI tech is all about, it won't work that way, right? So pick and choose, be smart about it, and spread your wings to say that these are my areas of interest. So these are the right places to go to. These are the events I should go to. If I can't go there also, what was the, YouTube, many times people will share this information on Insta Reels or YouTube. Understand what it is. Sometimes there is a very neat post done by the speaker that we spoke about these things. So networking, going for events is also hybrid. You do a lot of research work. You do a lot of reading. You prepare yourself. And it's about value, right? Why should anyone talk to me? Why should someone mentor me? Why should anyone support me? Why should someone give me an internship? Why should someone give me a part-time job? Why should someone recommend and say, okay, man, there are some phenomenal students here. Let's go to the placement cell. Let's go to the e-cell. Let's spend some time with them, mentor them, and give job opportunities or help them in their startup journey.
Got it.
So that research work, giving value, taking value, being respectful and kind to the people that you're talking to, I think that's what students should do. And they should look at our LinkedIn updates, because we share a lot.
But for you stay in that area in Bangalore, which is called Kamnahalli. Over there, no event happens.
Yeah, nothing.
But you never cry traveling to different places.
I do cry internally, but yeah.
You can't cry. So you go to HSR, you go to Koramangala, you go to MG Road. These three places.
And sometimes I do it in one day, right? Amazing.
So this I have seen. So
I'm dumb.
No, it's not dumb, because I was staying in Whitefield for 3 years.
Oh.
No events used to happen over there. I used to go to HSR, MG Road, and Koramangala.
So it's not easy.
I have also habituated to travel. I don't cry. I can go anywhere in Bangalore.
Yes.
But what about those people who stay in HSR, still can't attend HSR events, okay?
Oh.
That is
or they say, yes, we'll come and not turn up.
Exactly.
It's a commitment, Rishabh. It's a commitment. And I think we have discussed this before. People say, yes, we'll come. They don't turn up, and you have organized it, and you have blocked a seat, or you have organized some refreshments for them.
Correct.
Then it becomes a problem. That means sometimes you close because, okay, I've got 100. Even if 10, 15 people don't turn up, I can't go beyond this. Then more people don't turn up, and for whatever reasons, right? We're not, but then more deserving people who might have been interested have lost that. Food is getting wasted, and whatever, right? And someone has come all the way to, to share their expertise. That's not a good thing.
What I have done to reduce this. So I put an event. Then 2 days before I start dropping a mail. If you can't attend, mark yourself.
Can't come.
3-4 mails.
And tools are there now for that.
People mark. So suppose I always have a calculation, out of 100, 50 people will come. That 50 people, I know 50 people will come. In this 50, 10, 15 start marking themselves not coming. Some says that. But there will be still 20, 25 who will not even ghost.
And they're habitual.
So what I do, from next time I don't approve the meeting of the events.
You cut them off.
So that is where actually it improved my attendance ratio. Because I am not doing 500,000 people, etc.
You do very niche, very curated.
And I'm not charging money
very value driven.
If I charge money, then it's okay.
No, I have come for event, you have got food, you have taken care of people. It's crazy.
So if I charge and I don't care who is coming, who is not coming. But if I'm not charging, at least you tell us that you're not coming.
And you're giving value. You're doing this because you're taking your time away as an entrepreneur when you could have been building or marketing or selling or creating to do this community activities. I agree with you, Rishabh. Okay, you got to be tough sometimes.
For you as an individual, when you go to any of the events, what is one common thing where what you see that people are asking with each other?
Talking to each other, networking.
Networking.
So it depends on where, let's say from the basics, you don't know the other person. They say, who are you, what do you do, and what keeps you busy. These are some of the standard, dialogues and lines. But they're also exchanging notes. Today technology allows you can connect on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp. If you're in a Web3 community, then Telegram, right? So connecting is happening. What do you do? What is it that you're building? Are you creating? And they also want to know, where else are you going? Which are the other events? Did you go somewhere interesting recently? So these are the standard questions. These are the standard conversations and dialogue. Today, the savvy youngsters are also building tools. They're using tools. They're creating. They're pitching. They're trying to find customers. So these are the conversations that I see happening.
Interesting. So much to know about community events, etc. All this. But you as an individual,
Haji.
what's next for you? Because you will say that is community. Now it's been so many years for you.
Correct,
Now,
correct.
there might be something which you look forward for next 5
Sure,
years.
sure.
26 to 2030, I can
I'm
say.
in my 50s, Rishabh, so
Huh.
I don't know.
But 5 years I
I
can.
get hammered at home also, like, no, relax, okay?
So what is the next which you are looking in
Sure,
next
sure.
upcoming this 5 years? Because
Okay.
half of the this 2000 this decade
Correct.
is crossed.
Huh.
Now remaining half is coming.
Okay. So I still fear that I have not done enough. I still fear that I'm not gaining enough. I'm still fearing that there are a lot of quality summits, conferences, demo days, VC mixers, etc., that I would love to be part of. I'm also stretching myself a little bit beyond Bangalore shores. I look at the activities that the Karnataka government or Bangalore Bioinnovation Center. There's Mysuru, there's Mangaluru, there is Belgaum. I went to even Tumkuru as part of Tumkur, which is just a couple of hours away. I went to Hubli, Dharwad. I was recently part of something called Jagriti Yatra. So 10 seconds is, it's been doing this for last 15 years. 400, 500 people with resources and a backup crew is put into a train, a proper blocked up train, Jagriti Yatra, 14 days all across. So I went to Kerala Startup Mission in Kochi, I went to Dharwad and I went to Madurai as well. So I want to be part of more of these, ecosystem driven activities. But yes, I also need to earn a living. So I'm working very, very closely with a lot of organizations. I'm part of BHIVE, Bangalore Innovation Center. I'm part of Recker Club. I work with a lot of advisory companies on go-to-market and helping companies to raise money, funds, whatever it is. So this is what I do. But yes, I would like to travel more. I would like to learn more. I want to, and it's very important, Rishabh, we keep discussing the work with the right people, be with the right people, learn from the right people, mentor and pay it forward to the right people, the right organizations. That's what I would like to do. Better, smarter. I learned from you how to do that.
No, I'm just learning from you and other people also. But yeah, very interesting. And I would like to thank you for being here.
My pleasure, my honor. I hope I could give
Yeah,
some value
obviously.
here.
And it was long pending. We wanted to
I
record
know.
this.
My bad. I dropped off so many times.
No,
but
no,
I
no
traveled across to meet you today.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I
Thank
hope
you
the
very
people,
much, Rishabh.
You will get value out of
And
it.
what can I do for you, buddy?
Anything.
You're building, you're growing, you're finding new clients. I think we
Only
discussed
clients.
other
Clients who will pay on time.
revenue streams
Nah.
paying on time. Very critical, right?
Okay.
And you're supporting a lot of people, Rishabh. I think I respect you for that.
That's
why
what
we
we'll do.
we
We'll be
talk
one
and
man.
we, yes, perfect.
That's what-
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you so much. And to your team, awesome stuff.